He is the dictionary definition of franchise quarterback. In every way, shape, form, and fashion. Statistically, he's a franchise quarterback. This is a team that rushed the football more than any team in the National Football League last year. Somehow, some way, he had 35 touchdowns. 35 passing touchdowns. Correction. 35 passing touchdowns. The league MVP had 15 more touchdowns than him. But we are discussing if one Russell Wilson should get paid. For those who don't know, the last season, the season before last, season before last, Russell Wilson was responsible for 80+% of the Seattle Seahawks touchdowns. If I'm not mistaken, Russell Wilson was the reason they scored all but 3 touchdowns for the Seattle Seahawks. If that's not good enough to get a contract extension, you should he should get paid. I mean, you should just walk away. This is why I consistently yell and scream about getting paid. Because when it's time to get paid, if you're not who they want you to be, or you're not aesthetically pleasing, damn what you actually do. Because if you don't see what I see, all I have to do is say, in 1989, Jerry Jones paid $70 million for the Dallas Cowboys. I think 8 years later, he gave Troy Aikman a $70 million contract. Do you understand the type of money you have to be making to pay someone what you paid for the business? Troy Aikman wasn't a statistical demon. Russell Wilson threw for more touchdowns, I think, the year before his breakout season, than Troy Aikman ever threw in a single season, if I'm not mistaken. Russell Wilson has touchdowns that his numbers dwarf Troy Aikman's numbers. I will probably argue. I'm not even going to argue. I'm going to look it up. I believe Russell Wilson is within 10,000 yards of Troy Aikman's career numbers right now. Russell Wilson has 25,000 passing yards. Troy Aikman has 32,000. But he's arguing about money. Now, I understand Troy Aikman made it to more Super Bowls and all this and all that. But we're talking about individual activity. You don't get paid for certain things, but you get paid for how you play. And yeah, Angry Black Man said he threw that dumbass ball. Let me talk to Rate for Life before I address that. A-Trap, those clowns in Seattle think they can draft another Russell Wilson. Yeah, because that's the propaganda that's out there. That's the bullshit that's out there. Please let them think that, and they're going to go right back in the garbage. He threw that dumbass ball. If you watch that play closely, the wide receiver on the right hash was hesitant to go over the middle. And if you wait a half a second, you get a DB's a chance to break on the ball. All you have to do is watch that play. This dude was supposed to come out of his break and go hard to the middle. He didn't go hard. Russell threw the ball. It is called a blind throw. You don't throw to the man, you throw to the spot. And if the man hesitates, the defense gets a chance to throw, to jump the play, and then bam. No, but you're right. Numbers are hollow. And as I stated, since people like to go to numbers, bam, let's do that too. Statistically, he's there. Winning wise, he's there. Leadership, he's there. Big time plays, he's there. Everything that you need to get a big contract, Russell Wilson has. But for whatever reason, they don't want to pay the man. It don't make a difference if it should have never been paid. My man, Angry Black Man, says that play should have never been called. He threw the ball to a fourth string receiver. Get a damn ball to beast mode. That has zero to do with Russell Wilson. If the receiver executes the play the way it's supposed to be executed, he would have been at that spot, because all it takes is a half a second. He'd have been at that spot to either A, break up the pass, or B, score the touchdown. What should have been called, what was called, those are irrelevant. Execute the play. To quote my coach, Jimmy Football Fields, big ups to Jimmy Fields. Brian, all the plays work. It's a matter of execution. Execute what I call for you, and bam. Thank you, 334 Bama Boy, for joining the room. Much love to my brother. That is not an excuse. Okay, you can believe that. But okay, well, if that's the case, why did Michael Jordan execute the triangle play? He did what he saw fit. Bruh, if you run the play properly, the shit would have been busted up. I've watched the play on 1,000,001 time. It's very relevant. No, it's not. No, it's not. If it is comical, so be it. So be it. So be it. Because, you know what, that's one of those situations. You know what's really comical? One of those situations whereas people judge the result versus what the situation was. If you execute the play properly, then bam. Do I believe they should have gave the ball to beast mode? Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do. It was second down. You had a touchdown. You got 2 downs and a touchdown to see what's going to happen. I mean, you had 3 downs. As a matter of fact, it was first down because he got it to the 1. It was first down. You had 3 downs and a touchdown to make something happen. But they decided to go in another direction. But nobody takes into consideration that beast mode is not a great goal line back. Nobody takes into consideration that Bill Belichick is a fucking defensive genius. And he knows that giving it to beast mode is the most common thing. So you don't think Bill Belichick said, this is what they normally do, this is what they may do, let's get it done. But again, all you have to do, since you challenged me on the Robert Horry, all you have to do is go to YouTube and watch the receiver hesitate going into the break and then come back and say, I don't see it. Or I know you will, because I've watched it several times. He did not go into the break clean. He hesitated, threw it blind. He threw it to a spot. It did not work. But that has no bearing on what we're talking about. What we're talking about is this. The last time I checked. We're talking about if Russell Wilson should get paid. We're not talking about what happened in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. We're talking about what happened from the day that they drafted him up until this very day. Russell Wilson has been an exemplary quarterback. He's been a leader. He's kicked ass. And every situation, he has a piss poor offensive line. He has limited weapons. They got rid of his best running back. And he only has one solid receiver, and yet and still, he has the ability to put up numbers like this. 35 touchdowns with no offensive line to speak of, and 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 35 and 7 interceptions, 21 and 11. He is progressively getting better with his interception to touchdown ratio. They have not upgraded his weapons. Russell Wilson should be getting somewhere in the realm of $140, $150 million with about 85 to 90 guaranteed. He shouldn't be going back and forth with people when they say, thank you, Chief, the timer was off. He shouldn't be going back and forth because he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and according to everybody in the world, the quarterback is the most important position on the field, and he's making plays out of things that he shouldn't be making plays out of. He warrants a gigantic contract. Point blank, period. That's what the conversation is about. Should Russell Wilson even have to debate with the hierarchy of the Seattle Seahawks? No, he shouldn't. It shouldn't be up for debate. This is why I will go to my grave. I will pound this desk. I will yell to the top of my lungs, get your money. Fuck those rings. Point blank, period. To hell with a ring. Be the best player you can be. Get you a gold jacket and a pile of money. If they put around you what it takes to get a ring, so be it. Because I'm sick of hearing people say, oh, it's for the betterment of the team. See, they got to take care of the team needs. Take care of your needs. I'm not sacrificing a quarter. This is why I had that stance. Because I did everything you want. I played at chump change for 3 years. The last 3 years, you gave me a raise. I lived up to the raise. Now it's time to pay me again, and you don't want to pay me. You want to go back to the fucking stat. Well, we throw the ball. We don't throw the ball the way other teams throw it. You short. It's this. It's that. We ran the ball more than anybody in football, and so your numbers are a bit hollow. We'll tell you what. You go get your Rex Grossman. You go get your Matthew Staffords. You go get your Derek Carrs. You go get one of them old bum ass dudes right there, and watch your ass lose every week. Every week. You will lose. And whoever, whether it be Chief Rock of Jersey Vines, New York Football Giants, or any other team that get Russell Wilson, tell you what, I bet you RC and Vince Wright would love for the Seattle Seahawks to jump out of their body and trade that bum they got up there in Kirk Cousins to Seattle for Russell Wilson. They would be doing the dance of joy in Minnesota because with that defense, that talent around him, and bam, they would be in the Super Bowl guaranteed. Exactly, and the Seahawks should break the dumbass policy and not extend with years left on the contract. Russ should be paid now. Exactly. The thing is, no quarterback goes into his last year talking about, hey, well, man, let me get this little money. I'm with Russ. I'm not negotiating with y'all. I'm not doing none of that. Give me my money or I'm the hell out of here. I'm the out of here. Lakers, yeah, I was going to get on that a little later more. I ain't going to read your chat because I'm going to get on that a little later. Same folks talking about Russ money are the same folks who sat quietly while Foles, Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford's got big money over the last 2 years. Shout out to the brother from the jungle. Exactly. These dudes, Russell Wilson, in the last 2 years have had more playoff success than all of those dudes combined. That's a sad. In his career, he's had more playoff wins than Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins, and Matthew Stafford together. If you add them all together, in the last couple of years, he's had more success than them. And he ain't even won a damn Super Bowl. This is a farce, a joke. Miss me. As we say in the streets of Chicago, miss me. 2 words, miss me. Now, speaking of miss me, Aaron Foster, offensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers, allow me to give you a little history on this jackass. This is a dude who stepped right out of character and called out one Le'Veon Bell when he was holding out, doing what was best for him. Didn't affect the team at all because we all know they use you up until they can't use you no more, and then they put out this propaganda, it's a running league. But if it's a running league and you can find a quarterback anywhere you want to, then a running back anywhere you want to. Last time I checked, Joe Montana, 4th round pick, Tom Brady, 6th round pick. They consider the 2 greatest quarterbacks in the history of the league. Well, why you can't get a quarterback in the lower rounds? Because that's bullshit. But this dude mad because somebody working for themselves and doing what's